Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back under further review. Andrew and Kata here. Real quick before we kick off our last segment, if you have it, real quick just before we kick off our last, segment. I'm really trying this time. Real quick before we kick off our last segment, if you haven't already, follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the handle at UFR Vodcast. Shoot us emails if you're interested, andrewandkata@gmail.com. Podcast is out every Thursday wherever podcasts are sold, except for Spotify. We're not that cool yet. For our last trick, we've got a couple non-sports things to talk about.
Yeah.
It's Oscar season.
Which is your favorite time of year.
Which is my favorite time of year. If there were like a calendar that I designed, the Oscars would be like a whole month.
Yeah.
Of course, they're cramming it into like 2 weeks this year, which is weird.
Oh, really?
Usually the ceremony is at the end of February.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
The ceremony is 2 weeks from Sunday.
Wait, is it Super Bowl? No.
It's the week after the Super Bowl.
It's the week after. Wow.
So it's 3 weeks from Sunday, I should say.
Yeah, okay.
So the nominations came out on Monday. Mm-hmm. And I was overall fairly pleased with them.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts because I haven't seen any of the films.
Okay, I'm going to read off the list of Best Picture nominees, and I want
right.
you to tell me how many you've heard of.
Okay.
Okay? Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. Out of 9,
6 of them.
You've heard of 6 of them.
6 of them.
Which were the ones that you have not heard of before?
That's a hard one because I haven't heard of them. The Rabbit one.
Jojo Rabbit.
The one that's named after a year.
1917.
And the last one.
Parasite.
There you go.
Okay, Parasite's the South Korean comedy drama thriller film. No?
Okay.
1917 is a war movie.
Nope.
There's literally a movie theater across the street from you, out your window. You haven't seen any of the posters for it?
Nope.
Crazy. And Jojo Rabbit is the World War II Nazi satire where Taika Waititi plays Adolf Hitler.
So they're all war movies, and
Parasite's not a war movie. I didn't say that.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So it was good. These nominations.
Are you happy with kind of the way that things turned out? What did you feel like there were any big snubs?
It's funny. The biggest snub that I thought was that Frozen 2 was not nominated for Best Animated Feature.
Oh.
And you know what? I'm actually like kind of upset by that. I didn't think I would be. But the animation in that movie is so friggin' beautiful. Like seriously. Mm-hmm. Like 2 steps up from the first Frozen. And I'm just really shocked that it wasn't included at all.
That's I guess theoretically that's strange to me. Who were the other animated feature nominees?
So the animated features, there's a couple of foreign animated features in here. So How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
The Hidden World, I don't know if it's the 3rd or 4th one. Toy Story 4. Mm-hmm. Klaus, which if you remember is the Netflix Christmas movie. Does this sound familiar to you?
No.
Okay. And then a movie called Missing Link, which is a stop-motion animated movie. And then a movie called I Lost My Body, which I believe is a French animated film.
Interesting.
Yeah. An interesting theory is that they didn't nominate Frozen because they're finally going to give How to Train Your Dragon an Academy Award.
Okay.
Because it's been 4 movies and all of them have been nominated, but none of them have won.
Okay.
So it would be interesting to see if How to Train Your Dragon ends up winning.
I love the dragon Toothless.
Toothless, he's so cute.
He's so cute. I want him as my pet.
As I'm going through these, I'm writing a list from my blog, according to andrewblog.com. And I'm just writing down all of my potential snubs as well. Mm-hmm. There are just a lot of women who weren't nominated this year.
Yep, I do know that there was a big controversy over the fact that there were no female Best Director nominees. That was kind of a big thing.
Right.
Someone in my network posted on Facebook the question of, at this point, do we make a separate category for Best Female Direction? And I had a lot of words about that.
Okay. No. Here's my take on Little Women. Little Women was good. Little Women was a good movie. I didn't think it was as good as Lady Bird.
Oh, I didn't like Lady Bird. I actually did see Lady Bird, and I did not like it.
For me, Lady Bird was like a top 3 Best Picture selection.
Okay.
Little Women this year to me is not. Little Women is probably in the bottom half of that group of 9.
Okay.
And that being said, I love Greta Gerwig, and I really do. I love her work, seriously. And if she were nominated, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. But I just think the names are too strong this year. Like, I can't do anything about that, and neither can any of you who are listening to this show, unless you're an Oscar voter. it just wasn't the year for her, and I'm sorry, but it wasn't.
Wasn't another film that I've heard, and this one I actually really do want to see, but I have not seen it yet. I don't know a whole lot about it, but people are really upset that it was kind of snubbed out, was Hustlers, which is also, I believe, directed by a woman.
Right.
And they thought Jennifer Lopez was going to be nominated. She was not. The movie wasn't nominated for a whole lot.
There's a lot of politics that go into this.
Okay.
I think Jennifer Lopez not being nominated is the same reason Adam Sandler wasn't nominated.
Okay.
It's because and it's shitty to say, but it's like a certain type of person that they don't want at the Oscars. They don't want the guy, for example, they don't want the guy who made Jack and Jill or Happy Gilmore featured in their Best Actor categories.
Okay, wait, but what about, okay, here's my argument with that. What about Steve Carell?
Steve Carell took some time with this, though. Steve Carell interspersed the comedy with some dramatic roles in there.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler hasn't done it enough.
You're right.
He's great when he's in dramatic roles. He just hasn't done it enough. He's done it like fewer than a handful of times.
And I guess that does not necessarily a Best Actor, quote unquote, make. I can see that.
I would say that you need to do it a couple more times, probably in a row, for them to really consider you. For you to really gain your trust back with the Academy.
But then what about like rookie winners like Lupita?
They don't have any resume to go off of.
Did I just say Winders?
I don't know. They don't have any. I mean, they don't have any resume to go off of. Nobody knew.
I guess so.
Nobody knew who Lupita Nyong'o was. There have been plenty of first-time winners. There was a guy in the movie The Killing Fields, Hang Nor, who was he's Cambodian. He was actually like part of the Khmer Rouge regime. Like he was part of the one of the people found in the Killing Fields, and he escaped. And then he went on to star in a movie about the events and won an Oscar for it.
Sure.
Like, had never acted before.
I guess then it's just kind of confusing to think about that in the sense of like, you talk about career trajectory, but I guess, yeah, it makes sense with Adam Sandler's career. Like he spent so long being doing like really dumb comedy that it doesn't, that dumb comedy that, by the way, does stand the test of time.
Oh, sure.
But, yeah, no, I guess I see what you're saying. I do. What were your other thoughts?
The other thought is, okay, so here are my... I have a problem with people being upset that Joker was nominated for all this.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people are really upset about it. I don't quite understand why because I haven't seen it, but...
Joker got 11 nominations, which is the most of any film.
Okay.
Where were these people when the movie came out? That's my thing. I'm saying there has to be some kind of, you can't not say anything about it. Like, firstly, what's your problem with it, number one? Secondly, you can't have a problem with it then, because then you're like, oh no, we're making fun of folks with mental illness. And then, diss it now, because then you're just kind of seeming like you think the same thing as people who didn't like the movie when it came out.
Was it super well acclaimed when it came out?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yes.
Like that seemed to be the consensus, but I feel like there was like a weird stigma surrounding it too. So I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's a weird stigma.
Okay.
I think it's a harrowing, haunting look at folks with mental illness.
Okay.
I thought it was excellent. One of the best films that I've seen this year.
I mean a weird stigma surrounding the way that it was perceived, not necessarily the subject matter itself. But
I don't see why that's a problem.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'm just saying that there has to be some kind of consistency and middle ground here. Like, bash the film when it came out. Mm-hmm. Don't bash the fact that people were celebrating it now.
Sure.
After you basically had 6 months to be like, man, this movie sucks. This movie, whatever. Give your reasons why it. Don't give your reasons. You can't hate a film just because it was nominated for an Academy Award.
Sure.
You have to have a good reason to actually hate a film.
Okay.
And those are my thoughts on the Oscars. The ceremony is February 9th.
Yeah.
So give it a watch. Speaking of things that are on ABC.
Ooh, nice segue.
Thanks.
That was beautiful. We have now seen 2 episodes of season 24 of The Bachelor.
Well, you have. I have not at all.
I have. Starring Peter Weber. So I know you don't watch, I'm not going to go too long-winded on this, but just to give you a brief rundown, you know who Hannah Brown is, obviously.
So last week we did a Bachelor draft where we took the 30
Yes.
women and split them into... It just sounds awful.
It really does.
There's no good way to say this. We
selected who we thought would be the most likely to win.
Correct. And we basically split them up into 2 different teams.
Yes.
Half the people I picked to win, half the people you picked to win.
Exactly.
How did we do? More importantly, how did I do?
All right. So in week 1, the rose ceremony happens on the first night. So you've got the 30 women. They all meet Peter. He actually made an effort to talk to every single one of them, which is why
What a nice boy.
They had to do the rose ceremony at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was light outside. It was crazy. They'd talked all night.
Okay, bit much on that, dude.
Crazy. But week 1, you slayed me.
What?
I don't know what happened. You absolutely slayed me. After that first rose ceremony, I think we saw 8 girls go. Okay. You had 14 left.
14 out of 15?
Out of 15. And I only had 8.
Which means that 7 of the 8 that got eliminated were yours.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep. You absolutely slayed. And you know what? I blame myself because I actually did a lot of research, but I really was thinking like not even like potential winners. I was thinking like people who would be a good match for him. And
I was just picking them arbitrarily because I think that flight attendants and pilots is a trap combination.
Now here's what happened. After that first rose ceremony, it was a 3-hour premiere. So
dear God.
You have your first group date, then you have a one-on-one date, which, by the way, the one-on-one date, he took Madison.
Who's on my team, if I'm not mistaken. Is Madison on my team? Or is it
Madison,
McKenna?
I have McKenna.
Okay, so it means I have Madison then.
I would believe you have Madison. Yes, you have Madison.
Okay.
He took Madison on the one-on-one, and he took her to his parents' vow renewal, which he was officiating. It was very intense for a first date.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know about you, but like if someone, no matter how hot or how much I wanted them, took me to their parents' basically wedding on my first date, I would be so, first off, like turned off and scared for like my future, but mostly overwhelmed.
Well, you know what they say, when you're looking at life through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Anyways,
because love knows no bounds.
It was really intense. They went to dinner after. They had a sweet dinner, and then like this band that I've never heard of came and played them a song, and they were like dancing in private to this song, and then the whole family comes back to dance with them. It was a whole lot. Anyways, the most important thing...
I hate this show so goddamn much.
The most important thing that happened, though, was the second group date, which we saw the beginning of. Hannah Brown hosted it.
Oh, who was the Bachelorette?
She was the Bachelorette.
Okay, I'm on board now.
So she broke up with Peter. She had shown up on night 1 to wish him luck and like give him his wings back. He gave her like his pilot wings as like, I hope you find your co-pilot on your journey. Well, she gave them back to him and to be like, go find your co-pilot. Anyways, she shows up again on this group date to host it and she like relives the windmill sex story. And then the assignment for the girls for this group date is they have to go on stage and tell a sex story. But Peter gets word somehow.
Do the producers decide this or does Peter decide?
Peter does not decide it. This is pretty much all producers, though I'm not sure if... Because they knew they wanted to bring Hannah back because of their chemistry on that first night.
That is such a private thing. That is so rude and disrespectful for them.
Right. Plus, I think we know one of them's a virgin, but we don't know which one yet.
Oh, boy.
So
Did the virgin have to tell the sex story?
Well, wait. I'll get there.
Okay.
So
I'm interested now.
Anyways, they brought Hannah back to do this because there was like this chemistry. She stepped out of the limo on that first night and he thought he was meeting another girl, but it was Hannah and it's like, and they had like this palpable chemistry. It was true. But anyways, Peter gets word while these girls are writing down their sex stories that Hannah's like not doing super well. So he goes to like the backstage of this like gross old like event space theater and to comfort her. And basically she's like, I still have feelings for you. And he asks her to come back and be in the house.
Oh, come on.
Which she can't do.
Can she be on my team?
Well,
no.
Hang on. She can't do this logistically because she was filming Dancing with the Stars at the time.
Yeah.
She later won Dancing with the Stars. So we know this isn't going to happen. But, like, this thing in last night's episode was never really resolved. Like, they were very touchy-feely. Like, it was a very sexual scene. We never saw them kiss, though I'm assuming they did. But it was never really resolved. He was just like, I can't do this. I need to go. And like, he felt so like he was disrespecting the girls. And he kind of was. But it was a conversation they needed to have. And he was like, why did you let me go then? Like, I've never said no to you is another line he said. It was very intense, but it never really was resolved. So after that, he basically went out and was like, guys, we're going to have to cancel the rest of this group date. Like, I'm not in the right space for this right now.
Meaning he's trying to get with Hannah.
Well, no, he went home. They like parted ways and and then they reconvened for the cocktail party later. And then they had another rose ceremony, which evened our scores a little bit more, but not a whole lot.
Okay.
So now you have 12 left. You lost 2.
Oh, I only lost 2. How many were eliminated that
3.
night?
I
okay, so I had 2 out of 3.
Yes.
Okay, so it is 12-6 as we stand right
12
now?
to 7.
12-7.
Now, here's the thing. We did not have a rose ceremony at the end of the episode, which we probably shouldn't have, but we will have one next week. I'm a little worried about you.
Okay, why?
All right, so you've got a couple of interesting people.
Keep in mind that none of this means anything to me.
I understand.
Okay.
You have Victoria F.
I do. I picked her to be the villain of the whole thing.
Yeah, and right now that's looking pretty good for you.
Oh, sweet.
In the sense that she's going to be a villain.
Fuck yeah, okay.
I really... she actually has a lot of issues too. Recently photos surfaced. She was a model for a campaign to save white whales, and their slogan was White Lives Matter.
Nope.
Yep.
Not a fan of that.
She's got some stuff going on. But she's also like, you can tell she's one of those girls who's like used to being like the prettiest one in the room and always getting the attention. And that's just not the case in this kind of a situation.
Quite.
So she is like cracking under pressure and being like really, I don't know. She's got some weird stuff going on. I'm worried about her. On my front, I'm a little worried about Kelsey because she was just accused of bullying.
Oh, that's also not good.
Yeah, also not good.
Who's she bullying?
Hannah Ann. Apparently.
Hannah Ann?
I wouldn't even really call it that. I think she was just being a little dramatic.
Hannah Ann's on my team.
But you've still got some good picks left. You've got Madison, who we know had the first one-on-one, and he really likes her. She might be a front runner right now. You've got Lexi, who didn't have a date last week, but Peter remembered her and her entrance. She drove in a red Corvette.
Lexi deserves your respect, damn it.
And he got her a little red like toy car, and he was like, "Yeah, sorry I didn't get to see you this week." It was like kind of cute. Yeah, we're going to see another elimination this week, so I will keep you updated.
Oh, my girl from Boston got eliminated, Peyton.
Yep, she was gone on the first night.
As I look at this spreadsheet right
all of the flight attendants, there were 3 flight attendants, all of them went home first night.
Fucking go figure.
No, but the thing is that his dad is a pilot and his mom is a flight attendant, so like
so it's like really weird.
He wants a love like theirs, but he sent them all home. It was pretty weird.
Well, maybe there was a little bit of like parental guidance.
You also have
his dad was like, listen, son.
Not a good idea.
Listen, son.
Yeah, right.
They
just renewed their vows.
Lots of layovers, lots of lay-unders, all that kind of thing.
Oh, God.
Yep.
You also have Kelly, who Peter met about a month before the competition on accident, and she's a clear front runner as well.
Right, because they know each other.
Well, they met a month before. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I will keep you updated next week.
And this has been Batch Draft 2020.
Woohoo! 2K20. Yeah, that's kind of it, guys. I feel like we covered a lot of ground today.
I'm tired.
I am too. This was like really exhausting.
That was a rip snorting good time.
Wow, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Rip snorting. I'm going to use that in my life.
Please don't. We'll be back at it again next week.
Yeah.
We've got more things to unpack.
Yeah.
I'm sure we want to keep track of this Astros thing.
It's going to be an interesting week this week with playoffs and stuff too. So we will be back to give you all the latest and our opinions because apparently you care about them. So
we hope everybody has a good weekend. Take care. Be safe out there.
Yep.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Kata.
And this has been Under Further Review. We are out.
Cheers.